Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel again. So today we are doing another recycling project whereby I'll be showing you how I recycled this plastic bucket into a beautiful ottoman. If you're interested in seeing the end result, please keep on watching. First, I started by getting rid of the handles on the side, so I had to use my hacksaw blade to cut off the plastic part which had held the iron handle. After cutting the handles, as you could see, the top part is not the same level as the bottom part of the bucket. So first of all, I had to find a way on how to balance them first. I started by taking the measurements of the lower part of the bucket so as to guide me on cutting the foam which I'll be using to cover the lower part so as to make sure it flashes perfectly with the upper parts. I used 1/2 inch foam on these parts, so I had to mark the measurements that I had taken before onto the foam before cutting it. For those who are joining this channel for the first time, my name is Roxy Nemis. I normally do simple home decor DIYs, mostly recycling projects. If you're interested in seeing more of my projects, please remember to subscribe and also click on the notification bell so as to get notified whenever I post a new video. To stick down the foam onto the bucket, I had to use this adhesive contact glue. You can get it at local hardware for those who are based in Nairobi or Kenya. So I had to smear the glue all around the bucket and left it to breathe for a few seconds before placing the foam onto the bucket. And to my returning subscribers, I'd love to say thank you so much guys for your love and support. Continue supporting Roxy Nemis via watching my videos and also sharing them with friends and family. Thank you so much. After gluing down the foam all around, I went ahead and took off the excess part of the foam using a pair of scissors and then added enough amount of contact glue at the end so as to make sure the foam is held well at the point at which they were meeting. After balancing the bucket, I went ahead to take the markings or to make the markings of the next part which I'll be placing another foam. On this part I'll be placing a different foam with a different thickness compared to the first one that I had used on the lower part of the bucket. So I used a 1 inch thick foam, and after taking the measurement I transferred it to the foam just as I did before, made some marking, drew some line, and then took my pair of scissors to cut off the foam. So this is the design that I used to make the ottoman using these plastic buckets. So I had to place the foam onto the top side, use the contact glue to stick it down all around the bucket, and then at the edge I had to use some hot glue so as to make sure the foam is held well together at the end. On to the next part of the design, I had to leave a gap which measures 6 centimeters in between the foam which had gone on the upper side and the foam which I had to put on the lower side. So to get the size that I needed for the lower foam, I had to subtract the 6 centimeters from the total height which had remained on the lower part of the bucket. After gluing down the foam, so this is how the design turned out. don't mind, my little one was trying to help me with the DIYs. That's why you could see her at the back of my video. On to the next part, I went ahead to cut the fabric that I needed to cover the ottoman. So I had to get the height first and also trace down the top part circle so as to make it easier to make the fabric that I'll use to cover the ottoman all round. On the top part of the ottoman, I had to add two types of foam. So I had to add first of all the 1/2 inch, so make sure it covers the hollow of the lid of the bucket. Then went ahead to place the other type of foam, which is 1 inch thick, onto the top part of the bucket. Once the fabric was ready, I went ahead and fitted it onto the ottoman. It was so tight, but I wanted it to be like that so that it could fit perfectly onto the ottoman. I then proceeded to the next part, which was decorating my ottoman. I used a white fringe which matched the color of the fabric, so I had to glue down the fringe at first on this gap. I used hot glue to glue it down all round. I used a fringe which measures 11 inches long. I'll put the contact in the description box for those who are interested in such a fringe. After gluing down the fringe all round, see how it turned out. The fringe was a bit long compared to my buckets. Then proceeded to the next part, which was adding the gold trim. So this is a metallic gold trim. I'll put the contact in the description box also, where you can get such a gold trim. So I had to fit it all round. That's why I had to leave a gap of 6 centimeters, because the thickness of this gold trim was 6 centimeters. It's easy to cut the gold trim, just use the pair of scissors to cut it off. You can also use an X-Acto knife to cut the gold trim. I then proceeded to gluing it down onto the ottoman. I had to glue it on the lower side and on the upper side just to secure it before adding some screws. I used tiny gold screws which matched the gold trim. Reason why I added the screws is to make sure the gold trim is held well onto the bucket, because the hot glue doesn't last long on metallic surfaces, so I had to secure it perfectly using the screws. I then proceeded to secure the excess fabric on the lower part of the ottoman. I used my staple gun and pins to secure the excess fabric, but I noticed the pins were misbehaving because they were small pin and the bucket was a bit hard, so they couldn't penetrate. So I had to change the pins to bigger pins. That's why it worked perfectly. So you can see the difference between the pins. So there's a bigger pin which is a bit thicker compared to the small pins that I had used before. For the excess fringes, I had to use my pair of scissors to cut off the excess fringes so as to make sure it flashes perfectly with the height of the ottoman. And this is how it turned out after flashing the fringes with the height of the ottoman. On the lower part, I had to add some covering before proceeding to the next part. I used the same fabric to cover the opening and then used the staple gun to secure the fabric all round. On the lower part of the ottoman, I had to add some pin legs. I tried to use a hammer to make the pin go through the bucket, but it couldn't because the bucket is a bit hard. It's the high quality bucket, so it was hard to hammer the pin to go through in the bucket. So I had to find an alternative that would make it easier for the pin to go through the plastic bucket. So I had to hit the pin first, and then since the pin is metallic, it was easier for it to go through the plastic bucket. So I did the same thing onto the other pins. The purpose of adding the pins onto the lower part of the ottoman is to make it easier for the ottoman to move around onto the floor, and also to prevent the lower part, that is the fabric part, from absorbing water or moisture from the floor. Once I was done, I went ahead to arrange the fringes perfectly and remove the protective film of the gold trim. And finally guys, this is the end look of our beautiful ottoman. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this simple and elegant DIY you've just made. I saw such a cute ottoman on the store and the prices were a bit high, so I decided to recycle a plastic bucket to make exact ottoman that I saw from the store, and doing this, it saved me a lot. For anyone who'd like to try such an ottoman, I'll put all the measurements in the description box. You can try out and make such. Please feel free to tag me whenever you do the DIYs that I have done. If you really love this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and also subscribe for those who haven't subscribed. Watch more of my videos at the end screen, and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye, see you next time.